Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. Today I'm in the dark today only because it's so bright right here. Before we get started, and this is what I wanted to talk with you about today, for a little bit at least. But before we get started today, I just wanted to again make you aware that I offer memberships and memberships in my channel. And what happens and there's a fee associated with that. So if you're interested, you can click on members and sign up to be a member. It is $2.99 per month. But what you'll see is that you get access to certain videos and certain information. You get early access to certain things. You get access to other things that other members don't have, that other viewers don't have access to. And I also share a little bit more information with you about me. And so, you know, good or bad, that's what's offered and that's what's available to you. So if you're interested in becoming a member, you don't have to be a member. You'll still see, you know, most of my regular videos. There are member-specific videos that you won't have access to, but you'll still see most of their videos just as a viewer, and for most people that is fine. But I just again wanted to make you aware that I do offer memberships on my channel. All right, so what I wanted to talk with you today about is this setup that I have right here. This is a LED, a very high intensity LED illuminator. And this happens to be from a company called, you might not be able to see it, Sansi, S-A-N-S-I. This is pretty high light intensity. It is it's dimmable, and you can pick this up from Sansi, from the Sansi website itself, or you can, as you might imagine, you can also get this from Amazon. And so I have my first one of these units right here, and this is, like I said, it's just an LED setup. It's hanging from the support pieces in this tent, and it is pretty high light intensity. It's surprising. LEDs normally aren't very hot, but because it's such a high light intensity, there are heat sinks above the light, and it does put out just a little bit of heat. So you got to be a little bit careful with this. But it is bright. You might not be able to tell, but it's bright. It puts out sun. I'm not sure if it's the intensity of sunlight, but it's a nice even spectrum of light. I have not yet taken a readout of the intensity either in lux or micro Einsteins, but I have some equipment. I'm going to follow up, and I have some equipment that I think is going to be brought in so I can get light intensity. But just from looking at it, I'm a pretty good gauge of what type of intensity you get. And this is much brighter than the LED lights that I have in my culture room, and it's just pretty bright. It's not sunlight, but there's good light here. I can feel a little bit of heat on my hand. So, and I think with this intensity, this is going to be good for these orchids. And these are my orchid babies. These guys were deflasked about it's about 3.5 months ago. And what I was looking for was a transition from the laboratory under those lower intensity LED lights to outside, which is going to be, again, filtered light outside. And I think this gives me the kind of the right conditions that I want. I'm using this because my culture room is so full. So I have, or certainly by the end of the day, I will have no room in that room for these plants. So all of these plants were taken out of my regular room because there's no room. The other thing is I'm transitioning to outside, so I needed them to come out of there anyway. I am taking some plants home and putting them under regular sun or filtered sun under my trees, but then I'm also keeping some here that I'm going to evaluate under these conditions. The nice thing about these conditions is that this is the light right here that is that's on timer. So I have a 16 8-hour photo period, so it's going to get high light intensity. Here is a transition, but it's going to be under 16-hour days. So if there's any plants that will undergo dormancy, or that will enter into some kind of like a fall resting time, that's not going to happen here. I'll get continual growth. And Sean suggested this to me in a general sense, and I think I want to try it at my own level is what I'm doing here. This light actually was provided to me from Sansi, from the company. They wanted me to try it and evaluate it and share it with you on YouTube. But I installed this thing today. So this is a grow tent. And I had this room available. I don't know if you can hear the echo in here, but this is just an empty room at the facility. My culture room is that way a little bit. And so this is a tent that is just in a room that that doesn't get any direct sunlight now. And it's more or less just an empty room, but there was a tent in it. There's two tents, there's this one and there's that one. This one isn't being used. No one was going to use it. It just got put together recently. So I just got lucky, which happens to me a little bit. Good. But this was available to me. So I hung this light in here, and I was so pleased with how it looks, how it seems that it's going to perform, that I ordered 3 more of these. And I don't think I mentioned the price. They're a little less than $75 each, but it's very high light intensity, and I'm going to put 4 lights in here. Now it may generate, it's a lot of light, and it may generate a lot of heat, but there are vents that are on top of this tent, and I think that'll be enough. I don't know if you can hear the fans, the room ventilation running in the background, so there is some ventilation in this room. But I'm pretty pleased with this and what's going on. Again, I had to move these out of here, put them in here, because my culture room is just so full. I've got a lot of these containers that are not quite as old as this. These are the only ones that are this old. But I have a lot of other containers that are under the lights where the orchids are growing. But then in addition to that, my technician deflashed about another 5 or 6 maybe tubs like this. I got 3 tubs of ghost orchid. Yay! I don't know, people like them. Anyway, there's a lot of my hybrids are there also. So there's a lot of new deflasked orchids that need to go in my regular culture room under lower intensity light. And then the plan is to have them acclimate in there for a little while before they're brought into these conditions. And again, right now, there's good high intensity, light intensity right here. Not very much over there, or even over here. But if I get 4 of these mounted, I guess I'll try with 2 first. But if I get 4 of these things mounted in here, it'll be good, strong light intensity that I can use to transition from my room to outside. So I'm starting to get the real nice conditions that I can use. The plants themselves, I don't know whether whether you can see how these plants look, but these plants just look incredible. Their roots are growing out of the pot. They're growing just really well, and I think that what's going to happen is with this additional light intensity, and I'll still keep on watering them once a week. They're still in tubs, and even the bottom of this thing is waterproof, but I'll keep it in this tub and I'll water them, kind of maintain the high humidity. I'm thinking of leaving the tops. I'm still doing an experiment to see what's going on. I'll leave the tops on these for a little while. I'll kind of crack the lid on this one. It may be a little too dry in this room. So I'll have to gauge how long it takes for these to dry out and what kind of conditions are optimal for these plants under the conditions grown here. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, my new Sansi light. I'm going to make another video once I get the other ones installed, and once I have a better chance to evaluate this. But I just wanted to give you an introduction to this new light setup that I have and how this, I think I'm really excited about this change in my situation and my ability to grow orchids inside under really controlled conditions. All right, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you could click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And if you want to, check out the members, join it for a little bit, see if you like it, see if the information is useful for you, and then you can always unjoin if you like. That's fine too. All right, that's all I have for today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.